93, everybody. I know you can't see me, but you don't really need to be able to see me. It's 3 in the morning. I'm headed out of Maryland, trying to get off this East Coast, all right? I wanted to get this video out so it'd be there before the market opens, in case any of you guys are thinking about buying something. Danny had asked me what she could possibly buy right now, what she could invest in. So I wanted to make this video to give you guys some ideas about stocks to look at right now, okay? Before I do, there's a couple things that I want to go over, okay? First of all, I want to make it 100% clear. I am not a financial advisor. Do not jump right into any stock just because I said so, okay? I will not be held responsible if you do not do well. This is, I'm expecting you to look into these stocks and make your own decisions. I'm just telling you my thoughts on them and my experience with them, okay? These stocks that I'm going to talk about are all stocks that I have been watching for quite some time, and or stocks that I am currently invested in, and I have made money off of every one of these stocks in the last 6 months, okay? In some cases more than once. All right, so the other thing I want to talk about is, because I haven't completed the 3 video series yet, I want to talk right now about how I buy stocks, okay? Never just jump right into a stock immediately, okay? Especially if the stock is going up, okay? It is dangerous for you to buy stocks when they are up real high, okay? You want to, I'm not saying that you can't make money that way. What I'm saying is that it's much safer to wait until a stock dips to buy it, okay? Wait until a stock is going down to buy it, okay? Wait till it's going down or has been going down but obviously you want confidence that's going to come back up. But I like to buy on the dips, okay? I just want to put that out there because I see a lot of people in groups and stuff make the mistake of what's called FOMO, or fear of missing out. And what they do is, somebody will say something about a stock, and then they'll go look at the stock, and the stock's going up. It's in the green. It's headed up. And then they buy it at the top, and then it goes down, and they wonder what they did wrong. And what they did wrong was they didn't buy in a dip. Like, if a stock is relatively stable and swinging, most stocks will swing, and if it's a relatively stable stock, when you buy at the top of the swing, it's got nowhere to go but down until some news comes out that pushes it up another notch or whatever, okay? So you always want to be watching these stocks and looking for when they swing downwards and dip. And that's when you want to get in, okay? You don't want to get in at the top of the swing. Okay, so that's just something that I wanted to put out there before I start throwing out stocks, okay? Be careful not to buy at the top. The object is to buy low and sell high, okay? And people have this idea that stocks only go up, okay? And you have to realize that they come down and they go up, and they'll do this sometimes within a day. Sometimes they're on cycles of a week, sometimes they're on cycles of a month, but either way, they're going to swing. There's going to be dips, and that's when you want to buy. Okay, so with that said, let's talk about some stocks, okay? Now, if you look at Danny's post, you'll see what I posted in there, okay? But I wanted to go a little more into depth on these stocks that I'm talking about. First one I want to talk about is a speculative stock, okay? This company is not yet making big profits or anything, okay? And it's Nano Dimension. The ticker symbol is NNDM. NNDM. NNDM, okay? Now, again, this is a speculative stock, okay? It could go down, but I have been watching it for quite some time, okay? I have made money off this stock twice, and I currently have a 21 share position in my Webull account to hold long term. But, full disclosure, my cost basis on those shares that I'm holding long term is around $5 a share, okay? Currently, I think it closed at like $8.15 yesterday, okay? But here's the thing. It was up as high as $10. I was doubled up on this stock just a day or two ago, all right? So, what has happened is it's in a dip right now, okay? And I've seen this occur several times, and I've made money off of it over the course of the last few months, all right? So what happens is a company will do an offering, a share offering, and they do this in order to raise capital so they have money on hand, okay? Well, it seems like just about every time Nano Dimension goes up another $1.50, another $2, they'll do an offering, okay? And they just did one of these offerings. After the offering, the share price tends to drop. And then when the offering closes, the share price usually comes back up to where it was and then goes up another $1, okay? Now that's what this stock has been doing. It is currently down. They had an offering which has not yet closed, and the share price has gone down. Now, if you look at the video that I posted, okay, in the comments to Danny's post, watch that video and you'll see that there's a possibility that NNDM may acquire a company soon. They have a couple of targets, and because they've done all these offerings, okay, they are sitting on a huge pile of cash right now. And make no mistake, if you buy in this dip that we're in right now, and then when the offering closes, it goes back up to where it was, and then maybe gets another $1 like it has been doing, and then news comes out that they've bought another company, the stock is going to go up more, okay? Now again, do your own research. I will not be held responsible. You need to feel comfortable investing in it if you want to invest in it, because it is speculative, okay? But a company called ARK Invest that I have a lot of faith in has been dumping money on shares of this company for months, okay? They have been just dumping money into this company, into buying shares for their funds, okay, of this company. And they just made another huge purchase on this dip. Every time it dips down after one of these offerings, they buy a whole bunch of shares, okay? And they just added it to another one of their funds, and they doubled their position almost in that fund on this dip, okay? And I believe in ARK Invest's investing strategy, so, you know, when they're investing in a stock heavy like this, you know, I take heed, all right? And a lot of other people do, and that's another thing, is that the stock is hyped up because ARK has been buying so much of it. So what is Nano Dimensions?
Take exit 57A on the right.
Sorry about my GPS yelling at me.
South toward Richmond.
Nano Dimensions, okay, they're in the 3D printing space, okay? And ARK Invest, they invest in things that they think are going to disrupt a particular field and become the future of that field. Kind of like if you were to invest in, you know, Ford right when the car came out, or Microsoft right when computers started to be a thing, okay? That's what ARK tries to do, is they try to target companies that they think are going to change the way we do things and be the future. Okay, anyway, so Nano Dimensions is in the 3D printing space. What they do is, at least one of the things they do is manufacturing of circuit boards, and we all know circuit boards are in everything now, okay? So the way that circuit boards are manufactured now, there's a huge like design phase where they like do a design, they send it off, wait a few weeks for it to come back, and then they redesign it, they send it off, wait, and they go through this whole process, okay, to get these circuit boards figured out. And the way that they're manufactured is a subtractive type of manufacturing, where they take a piece of material and they cut stuff off of it, and they basically take a thick piece of material and they cut pieces off of it and turn it into a thin piece of material. Well, the way Nano Dimensions is doing this is with a 3D printing technology, so it's additive. Okay, instead of cutting things off of a piece of material, they're adding and adding in layers to create these circuit boards, right? So instead of doing all of this, sending it off and waiting and redesigning and all of this stuff, the Nano Dimensions product, make sure I do the right thing here. The Nano Dimensions product makes it to where a company can buy this 3D printer and they can do all of this stuff in-house instead of having to send it off and go through this long, drawn-out and expensive process, okay? And, many people believe that this is the future of this technology, okay? Now, once again, Nano Dimensions is not really making money yet, okay? It's a speculative play. But, like I said, I've made money off of it several times, and I've watched how the stock behaves. And, I feel like it's going to push up some more within the next month or two. Make your own decisions, decide if it's something that you're interested in getting into, and, go from there. Okay, so another stock. So that's the speculative one, okay? The rest of these are stocks that I think, just pay attention to what I'm doing here. The rest of these are stocks that I think are good for longer term investments, okay? Now, when I say longer term investments, that doesn't mean that you can't just like get into them and then ride them for a couple of months until you get some profits and cash out, okay? But I do think that over the long term, these stocks will do well, all right? And these are all stocks that I have made money in or am invested in now. Okay, the first one I want to talk about is a solar stock. It's not really this one is an ETF. The next two are ETFs. What an ETF is a group of stocks, okay? It's like buying into a mutual fund, only it trades actively instead of only trading once a day, okay? And also ETFs are targeted at specific industries, whereas mutual funds, the idea is to be really diversified over a bunch of different sectors, okay? Anyway, so this one is targeted towards the solar industry, and it is TAN. The ticker symbol is TAN, TAN. Like you're laying out and getting a tan on the beach, okay? TAN, when you're looking at these stocks, you need to be looking at charts. You need to be researching them on Google, on Yahoo Finance. You need to be looking at charts that are longer term charts, not just short term charts. You don't want to just look at the 1 day and the 5 day to see what they've been doing. You want to look at the 6 month chart. You want to look at the 1 year chart. See what these stocks have been doing long term, okay? And when you look at these stocks that I'm going to talk about, you'll see that they're going up and up and up long term, okay? The first time I was in TAN, I got in at like $74 a share, and I held it for less than 2 months, and I made like 16% on that money, okay? So it is a good stock. Okay, so TAN is good in the solar arena, okay? In the solar arena, the solar sector, okay, is a sector that analysts say is just set to explode over the next 5 to 10 years, okay? In my opinion, solar and clean energy in general is one of the best places to put your money long term right now. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but that's my opinion, okay? If you're going to invest in long-term things, my opinion is that solar and clean energy in general is the place to be, okay? So, TAN, have a look at it, TAN, all right? Okay, the next one is, I talked a little bit about ARK Invest, okay? ARK Invest, they create ETFs, they create funds that target disruptive and innovative technologies that they believe are going to be the future, okay? And they have several funds. If you Google ARK Invest, A-R-K, ARK Invest, and go look at their funds and maybe, read a little bit about their company and do some research, and see if they have a fund that you like. Now, their fund, ARKK, which I believe is their flagship fund, the Innovation Fund, I have made money twice on this fund, and I have been watching it, and it has gone up the whole time I've been watching it for months, okay? It goes, they all have corrections. They all go up and have a correction and go up and have a correction. Just have a look at it. Look at the 1 year chart. And yeah, you tell me what you think when you see that 1 year chart. Now, with that said, I was in ARKK and TAN both at the same time, and I made more on TAN than I did on ARK. But I did well on both of them, okay? ARK, I think I did like 13% or something. In TAN, I did like 18%. But those are both ETFs that you should consider looking into, all right? Now, another, just a single stock that's not an ETF is Enphase Energy, ticker symbol ENPH. I am currently invested in this stock, and I am up significantly, okay? I have 10 shares, and I'm up, as of right now, like 130 bucks or something. But at times yesterday, I was up over 200, and it's down right now, again, on a dip, just like NNDM. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I have a position in NNDM in my Webull account, and I am over double on that. All right, I'm sorry, I was up over double until this dip. Okay, so Enphase, ENPH, all right? So here's what they do, all right? Now this stock, I've been watching it for a long time, and I've been watching it since it was like $90 a share, and it's just gone up and up and up and up and up and up and up, okay? It's in the solar sector, and what they do is they make the inverters for home solar systems, okay? So in a home solar system, or in any solar system, solar panels create DC power. Your house uses AC power. So there has to be a conversion done from DC to AC. Enphase makes what are called microinverters that convert DC on the solar panel into AC, which is usable by your home, okay? So the reason that I like Enphase, there are two main players in the inverter space. Okay, there's others, but most of the market share is held by these two companies, SolarEdge and Enphase. Okay, I like Enphase's technology better. Okay, because here's the reason: SolarEdge. Okay, a SolarEdge system is basically like it's a daisy chain. Okay, which means that. Think of a string of Christmas lights, okay? And if one of the light bulbs in that Christmas light goes out, it fucks up the whole string of Christmas lights, right? You got to go search through there and find the bad bulb, okay? Everybody's done that. Well, with a SolarEdge system, it kind of works like that. So if a tree shades one of the solar panels, all of the solar panels put out less energy. If one of the solar panels gets damaged, it fucks up all of the solar panels, okay? Basically, they use a single inverter. It's complicated. But Enphase uses microinverters on each solar panel. So if one solar panel's damaged or shaded, the rest of the solar panels still put out the same amount of energy. Okay, so I like that technology because of that. But make no mistake, both SolarEdge and Enphase, SolarEdge ticker symbol is SETG, both of those companies have just been going crazy, up and up and up and up for basically the last year. Go look at the charts, okay? So, and Enphase dipped yesterday. I mean, it went down. I was up, it was up as high as 188 yesterday, and it's all the way down at 177, I believe it closed at. So it's on a dip, and it may be a good time to look at that one. All right, so, solar is going to explode, guys. And if you do research, my research suggests that these inverters and these smaller little parts are kind of where the money is, because if you think about it, okay, there are multiple different ways you can invest in solar, okay? You can invest in the solar panel makers, the solar installers, different sectors, okay? But if you look at those and you look at their profit margins and you think about how it works, there are a bunch of different people who make solar panels. So whoever's got the cheapest solar panels are usually the ones people are going to buy. So therefore they have an incentive to lower their prices, and which in turn lowers their profit margins to try to win market share in that space, okay? And the same thing with the installers. Whoever's doing it cheaper is probably going to win. So they have these incentives to lower their prices, which lowers their profit margins. But in the inverter space, you really have these two major players, okay? And their technologies are very different. And so they don't have this incentive to compete with each other on price, because the technologies are different, and it's the technologies that are competing rather than the price. Enphase is more expensive than SolarEdge, but Enphase is better than SolarEdge. So the technology is better. So you have to think about these things when you're making these investments. Who has the best profit margins? Where is the money at in a sector? And in my opinion, and from my research, it seems like the inverters are a really good place to be in the solar sector. All right, so I think I've rambled on long enough. I wanted to throw some stocks out there for you guys to look at. Stocks that I'm pretty confident in. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Do not just jump right into these stocks because I mentioned them, okay? And definitely, if you are going to jump into them, look for the dips. Try to get in on the dips. Try to get the lowest cost basis you can get on them, so that you're when they do go up, you'll make a better profit. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else? I think that's going to be it, guys. Just don't listen to me. These are some ideas of stuff to put in your watch list and have a look at and decide what you want to do for yourselves. I will not be held responsible. I am not your mama. Thanks for watching.